kinds of things. You know, you can't sell fresh juices any longer. I mean, they've gotten so involved in this ridiculous stuff that now the real question should be posed. And I was on KFI radio the other day, and basically the question to be posed is, who is behind it ultimately, and what is the purpose?
So, George, what the heck is going on over there? Do police have nothing better to do in LA than raid organic food stores?
Los Angeles Times broke this story, and what's shocking about this story is that police officers are going into this grocery store. It's a co-op organic raw food store, guns drawn. And we put this up on Survive and Thrive TV, and it's basically created a firestorm on the internet. People are really, really shocked that the police and the district attorney don't have anything better to do but to harass local cooperatives, you know, engaging in sharing food.
Right.
Raw food raid highlights a hunger. And this is from the Chicago Tribune, and it's basically talking about the state raiding whole food stores, organic stores, with guns drawn. Some people balk at restrictions on selling unprocessed milk and other foods. How can we not have the freedom to choose what we eat, one says. Regulators say the rules exist for safety and fairness, right? It's really fair to not allow you to buy something, right? That's really fair. And then the government cares about your safety, which is a bunch of crock of shit.
Maybe, just maybe, the other person would have pulled the trigger. These foods that have now been made illegal, raw goat milk, raw anything. I mean, especially raw products. I mean, you can't go to the Whole Foods and the farmer's market anymore because they're controlled by the health department. And those places can't sell unpasteurized juices, unrefrigerated eggs. They can't sell their own ceviches. They can't sell. I mean, the list is so ridiculous at this point.
What was I going to do? I had no place to continue Rawesome. But I had two trucks at that point. I had the original small used truck, and I had bought a bigger truck when I was doing organic pastures. So I decided I was going to go to that garage on Tuesday night, load up everything into the truck, everything, take it out of the streets of Venice in a clandestine operation, which I did for 11 months, and sold it off the streets in Venice, and everybody was like, they didn't want it, until the police discovered us doing it. The very day that I found this lot. The police were, again, it's remarkable. Ask Joanne. It's like, unbelievable. So I found the lot, and of course now we're not on the streets anymore. So there was nothing on this lot, it was empty. So I used to pull the two trucks into the lot, and everybody was, now we're behind 8-foot-high walls where nobody can see us, okay? So, right, so we continue. Now you understand how it started, and you know, I went from the garage to the streets to here, and then they found us here in July of 2005. And that's when I created my idea for a private membership organization, which meant, in my mind, that they had no right and no jurisdiction to control us because I was not serving the public, and the health department's jurisdiction is to serve and protect the public. Fine, I have no problem with that. Enjoy yourself. Protect the public. This is not the public. These are people who have decided that they don't need your authorization and power in order to do something. So they're going to come in here, they're going to take their health into their own hands, privately contract with each other, and we're not allowing anybody who's a member of the public onto the property. We presented this to them in the mail, sent them letters saying we have no intention of coming to your hearing. Have a nice day. And for 5 years, we were left alone, from July of 2005 until July of 2010, when a knock at the back gate ensued, and you probably have seen the video at this point.
Last summer, right? Was that right?
Correct. It was June 30th, for the day before July 1st, when Jarrell calls me and says, he said the police are here or whatever here, and I wasn't here. And I said, for what? And he says, they have a search warrant. I said, let them in. So they come in, as you saw, with guns drawn, blah, blah, blah. Next day, after they commandeered this place for 5 hours.
Can I ask you something about the video?
Sure.
Because we were watching that with my wife.
Sure.
Why they were with the guns like that, like looking for a criminal or somebody to jump on them?
We're still asking the same question. You know, I actually asked them in the alley. I said, when I pulled up, I said, first of all, I understand all of you people here are just paid to do a job, trained to do a job. You were given a search warrant to come here. You're feeding your families and yourself. I have no issue with you guys personally. But my question is, who's authorizing it and for what purpose? And I said, and you do understand that the search warrant can only be issued for two purposes. One is there's an imminent danger, and two, somebody was irreparably harmed. So can I see the portion of the search warrant that says that that was the case? Because otherwise the judge can't sign a search warrant and make it legal. We don't have those pages.
Wow.
But we can give you four of the 14 or 16 pages. No, I want all of the pages. Well, no, it's an ongoing investigation. We don't have to give you the rest of the pages. Oh, really? So that's what's been going on since, and we've never gotten the rest of the pages of the search warrant. And the search warrant said they raided the farm, our farm up in Ventura. Half an hour they raided us before that. They were allowed to take samples, vials of samples of the items that we were getting from the ranch in Ventura. Well, they stayed here for 6 hours and brought 17 of their own large coolers and took everything.
That raid?
$5 grand worth of product. They took everything. Okay. Why? Were they trying to put us out of business? Were they trying to hurt us financially? I have no idea what the real reason behind all of it was. They commandeered the place. But quite frankly, I want to share with the two of you guys how grateful I am to them. Because without their raid, and I had just installed another, whatever you want to call it, I just installed the surveillance system a week earlier.
A week earlier?
Yeah. I'd gone to Costco and I looked at this surveillance system and I thought, why? I have no idea why.
You were waiting for them.
Right, and I had some guy come in and put it up. And so that's how we got them. Otherwise, they would have had us if we hadn't exposed what they were doing. Again, it's like
Now you think things happen for a reason? It's just that's what the fourth thing that happened to you along.
There's many more. There's so many down this line of 14 years that it would blow your mind. It blows my mind. So
let me ask you, James, something. Yeah. All your story, we can see that one thing led to another. There is nothing that was done by coincidence, by chance, by mistake. Was your life before like that too?
I've worked for so many health food stores and businesses and created my own businesses, and that, you know, I never thought that I was, you know, some successful person. Okay, never. I thought I was a failure, actually, if the truth is. You're living in your car at age 50, you know, this does not look like success, okay? So, you know, I mean, this is why I was shocked that, you know, that all of that was for a reason. You know, but while I was doing those things, I was always very passionate and very focused on doing. I was involved in organic produce back in the 70s. I'll tell you a funny story. I was working for the Beach Boys. Yes, the rock group Beach Boys. They had a...
You could call it a case of milking authority way too far. Citizens in the Southern California town of Venice are outraged following a police raid on a raw food store, all over a few bottles of milk. Could this be a sign that police are squeezing too tightly? Well, joining me now with more from our Los Angeles studio is George Heminger. He's the founder of Survive and Thrive TV. So, George, what the heck is going on over there? Do police have nothing better to do in LA than raid organic food stores?